This is TMJ4 News at 3:30.
And good afternoon, I'm Charles Benson. Thank you for joining us for another 3:30 special.
These are always fun, Charles. I'm Carol Meekins, and we continue with our series of highlighting Milwaukee's ethnic festivals. Today we're going to celebrate Chinese and Indian culture by bringing the Dragon Boat Festival and India Fest right into your own home.
So let's get started. Every summer, the Milwaukee Dragon Boat Festival is packed full of bright colors, cultural dances, and of course, the Dragon Boat Racing.
Yeah, beautiful sight. To tell us more about the event is Festival Program Director Lynette LeClaire. We appreciate you being with us this afternoon, Lynette. Can you tell people who don't know, what is the Dragon Boat Festival?
Yeah, good afternoon, Charles and Carol. First of all, I'd like to thank you for having us. The Milwaukee Dragon Boat Festival is brought to Milwaukee by over 150 volunteers from the Milwaukee Chinese Community Center, the National Association of Asian American Professionals, Milwaukee chapter, and OCA Wisconsin, which is otherwise known as the Organization of Chinese Americans. To answer your question, the festival consists of a dragon boat race portion, a cultural showcase showing us a myriad of dances from different parts of China, martial arts, and Chinese music, and last but not least, a children's area with food and merchandise for where our sponsors can also place their showcase products.
Yeah, Lynette, obviously it's a great way to experience the Chinese culture right here in Milwaukee. Give us a sense, what's the reaction to that and why is it important to carry on those traditions?
The Dragon Boat Festival is celebrated all over the world. In China, it's held on the 5th day of the 5th month of the lunar calendar. In the Gregorian calendar, this coincides with some of between the May 25th and July 24th. The Dragon Boat Festival is on the UNESCO representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The Dragon Boat race participants are fully immersed in the spirit of the Dragon Boat Festival, with each team having 3 races competing against time. And as any of the race participants will tell you, it's a heart-pounding moment when you are in the race. The cultural showcase starts with dotting the I's of the dragon and the dragon dance at the opening ceremony, which is steeped in tradition.
Lynette, we're running out of time, but can you tell us quickly, what do people love most about the Dragon Boat Festival, would you say?
Competing in the race, eating, watching the dances, listening to the music, and mostly hanging out with their teammates and having a good time.
Just having a wonderful time.
Yeah, having a good time is always on the agenda.
We appreciate you being with us this afternoon and illuminating us more on the Dragon Boat Festival. Now, we want to take a look right now at the Chinese flag. Red with 5 yellow stars. The color red represents revolution, while the 4 small stars symbolize the social classes. The big star actually stands for the governing political party. Now, did you know in Chinese culture, every year is represented by one of the 12 animals or zodiac signs? And this year is the Chinese Year of the Rat. Each animal has a different meaning, and it's believed that each zodiac determines your fortune for that particular year.
All right, so turning our attention now to the second festival we're spotlighting today. For the last several years, India Fest Milwaukee has taken over Humboldt Park in Bayview to celebrate everything India, from dance to culture, of course, to the food.
Yes, and PURNIMA NATH joins us now to tell us more about the summer festival. And we know we're disappointed that we couldn't do it this year, but just tell people exactly what is India Fest.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Absolutely, the India Fest is actually the most diversified festival of this of Milwaukee and state of Wisconsin. As you all know, we have 1.38 billion people in India in a space of 1/4 of United States, where we have gazillions of religion and faith and beliefs. We all come together at many overall perspective, I think we live very peacefully and super diversified from a perspective of food and language, and we try to bring here those diversity over here right in our backyard to show how we can coexist even if we don't follow the same kind of belief and faith.
So Purnima, how did the India Fest get started in Milwaukee?
When I started in 2013, believed that there was no overarching umbrella which brings the diversity of India and showcase in a way that I would have liked to see. Hence, we thought, why not, do something that will bring the cultural aspect of it as well as the diversity, and also bring organizations and corporations and people together. And as you know, over the last few years, we have many Americans join from all walks of life, and it didn't matter what the skin color is, and it didn't matter what the faith is. We like to welcome everybody, so we can at least showcase how diversified and a little bit of chaotic in the nature in terms of India goes. And literally speaking, India Fest tries to bring the diversity and the culture, the heritage and the history to our backyard, to showcase that again, we don't have to be all same. We can all have 5 different types of fingers within the same hand, but still be effective, still be wonderful together. And that is one of the reasons we started. And again, Milwaukee is super ethnic, had so many different festivals before India Fest popped up. We had Polish Fest and Bastille Days and etc.
Right.
And I saw that there was a need of India Fest to come along, and that was the basis of India Fest.
Well, we thank you for being here today to share a little bit of India Fest with us today. Thank you, Purnima.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
So this is the Indian flag, 3 equal horizontal bands of saffron white and green with a blue chakra, a 24-spoke wheel centered in the white band. The wheel symbolizes the wheel of life. And did you know India gained its independence from British rule in 1947? It is the second most populous country behind China, with more than 1.8 or 1.3 billion people. Chess was invented in India. The origins of yoga can be traced to the Indus Valley civilization and has existed, get this, for more than 5,000 years.
We'd like to educate you on the show. Coming up, we're going to get your mouth watering. We're going to feature Indian and Chinese cooking. Here's a live look at Bollywood Grill. It's downtown. That next as we continue to explore our cities, ethnic festivals, and rich heritage. Well, let's face it, across all cultures, cooking and eating meals is a way for families to come together. Food plays an important role, and we're going to look at Indian and Chinese food. We're going to start with an Indian restaurant downtown.
Yes, but now it says we're going to start with the Chinese cuisine.
And joining us now is Jeffrey Xu with the Milwaukee Chinese Community Center. We appreciate you being with us this afternoon, Jeffrey.
Hello.
So get us started here. What are the staples of Chinese cuisine?
So Chinese cuisine is very diverse and varies greatly from region to region due to the climate of China. However, rice still remains as undoubtedly the main staple of China, and probably followed by noodles and stir-fried vegetables.
You know, certainly very popular here. You know, for people who have been to the Dragon Boat Festival or who had not been and would like to go next year, can you tell us what kinds of foods are served at the Dragon Boat Festivals?
Yeah, so the Dragon Boat Festival food is managed by the YLA food booth and also MCCC volunteers, and most of it comes from a local Chinese restaurant in the greater Milwaukee area. And so you can typically find pot stickers and fried rice with some sides. But besides that, we also offer some of our own food, our own traditional Chinese food, like grilled lamb kebabs, boba tea, which is just milk tea with tapioca pearls, and finally zongzi, which is rice wrapped around bamboo leaves with fillings inside.
So, Jeffrey, what's your favorite, and what would you recommend to someone who's trying to maybe explore and try something different?
I would definitely recommend 粽子 for the Chinese or for the Dragon Boat Festival, because the Dragon Boat Festival and 粽子 are tied together by Chu Yuan, which is a poet from 2,300 years ago, which you'll hear a bit more about later. And so something that I found unique about 粽子 is that its bamboo leaves shape the rice so that it's kind of like a pyramid shape. And so this is a very unique style of food. You don't really see it anywhere else. And then besides that, 粽子 can also taste very differently based on what you put inside the fillings. So the most common fillings are pork, chicken, dates, and also red beans.
It's always
All sounds
exciting
good
to
to me.
explore different cuisines. We appreciate you, Jeffrey Xu with the Chinese Community Center. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. Now we're going to turn to the Indian dishes that we mentioned just a little bit ago. Godwin Fernandez and Bobby Singh join us from Bollywood Grill on Jackson Street in Milwaukee, and it is, of course, serving up Indian cuisine.
Hey guys, tell us about your restaurant.
Okay, so thanks for having us, TMJ. And so we are introducing our Indian meal. Like it's like festival. We miss so many festivals, so everyone can try some different. So samosa starter and madhu vada made with the lentils, is made with potatoes. It's like starter. So this is more like festival style food. We call tandoori chicken. So that introduced in America 1963
by the Los Angeles
LA.
Times.
Yeah, and this is a chicken biryani, chicken with rice, and this is bread. Very good combination with Indian meal. With we have a vegan and gluten-free stuff mostly. Only bread have a gluten. So cauliflower with potato, spinach with cheese, chickpeas is good with the puffy bread puri. So it's very good, like festival style, the meal. So everybody can try.
So
Well,
we have like
either
a
one
different
of you-
type like a cuisines like.
Oh, okay, Godwin
Okay.
or Bobby, can you tell us what is the absolute best part in your minds about Indian food? Either one of you can answer that.
Best part like it's like a North Indian style. It's like a meaning like a different culture. Like a North Indian is different one, and the South Indian we have like a different category like dosa, idli, medu vada. We have like some of that. And for the North Indian we have like a biryani, like a rogan gosh, like aloo gobi, the spinach with the paneer. So that's like a typically like a North Indian style. So we have like a gluten and vegan as well.
Yeah, I would not know where to start because everything there looks good. If people want to get that traditional dish, is there one or two that you would recommend?
That traditional dish is more, we can see sag. Usually in India, people only eat just spinach. They can eat with the bread. That's the more traditional. But now we modify, here everything so more flavorful. Everybody want to try different ways.
Exactly.
So, but the main is bread with the spinach. That's the basic main everybody like. Or we miss the dal, usually dal and rice. That's the basic original from North India. So everybody eat every day. So, and after that we have dessert. It's like gulab jamun. That is it's like a royal dessert from way back then, like 18th, 17th century. From that dessert coming through till now, it's very famous. Everybody love it.
I'm always
Godwin-
good for dessert, so we appreciate you pointing that out as well. Thank you, Goodwin and Bobby.
Sure, thank you.
Bollywood Grill.
Coming up, we're going
Thanks
to
for being
dive into the highlight of Dragon Boat Festival, the Dragon Boat races. Plus, we're going to have a live performance. That's all next.
Welcome back. One of the most notable events of the Dragon Boat Festival, the Dragon Boat Races. People line the lakeshore in the summer to watch the paddlers put their best effort forward in hopes of getting a victory. Harold Fallick with Rockwell Automation, one of the event sponsors, is with us now. Thank you for being with us. And those colorful boats and competitive races are always something that people love to see. Can you tell us what is Dragon Boat Racing for those who have no idea?
Well, Dragon Boat Racing, and thank you for having us today. Dragon Boat Racing is a big part of the Dragon Boat Festival. The sport of Dragon Boat Racing, it's an over 2,000-year history. And it was designed from an old emperor. There was Chu Yuan, who is a poet, warrior, loyal aide of the emperor. The emperor died. Chu Yuan was really trying to, hide and worry, and he jumped into the river at one point in time. And back in the day, the individuals that were supporting him banged drums and their gongs and fighting the fish. And this is the history of the Dragon Boat Festival.
It's really fascinating, really. Now, someone sitting at home and watching this and wants to get involved, what would you say they need to do, Harold?
Well, to get involved, they look at the Dragon Boat Festival. It's an annual event, and if they want to volunteer or join, they can get to a website, which is MilwaukeeDragonBoatFest.org. They can sign up there. It's a registration that usually ends at the end of April every year, since this is typically an annual event.
And Harold, we're hoping that we will have it next year and that we will be over this pandemic. Harold Follick with Rockwell Automation, we appreciate you being with us this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, now to a live performance by perhaps a lesser-known activity in the Chinese culture, Chinese yo-yo. Joining me again is Jeffrey Xu with the Milwaukee Chinese Community Center and the center's yo-yo performance team. So their ages, Jeffrey, range from 11 to 16, and I guess they're going to show us a performance now. Let them go ahead and start that while you tell us how this works. Give us a sense of what's happening here.
So what they're doing is they're playing with Chinese yo-yos. So the Chinese yo-yo is called the Kongzu, which basically translates to hollow bamboo, and was first recorded to exist in from about 800 to 1,000 years ago. So these days, a Chinese yo-yo typically consists of 2 plastic sides and a bearing in the center, instead of just a hollow piece of bamboo. And there are some variations, like the single-sided yo-yo that I have here, where there's only one side, and also there's some ones that generate sound when they're spinning. So
if someone wants to participate in the Youth Leadership Academy, how do they do that?
Yeah, so our organization is a group of students and adults, about 46 students this year. And all you have to really do is just contact us. We have an email called YLAMCCC@gmail.com. So you can send me an email either now or next year's season, and then we'll get you in contact and set up.
Well, Jeffrey, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing all of this for our viewers. It was wonderful having you on the show. We'll be right back.
Thanks.
Welcome back. As we said, both Dragon Boat Fest and India Fest will return in 2021. All this summer, we've been highlighting the different ethnic festivals that have been canceled due to the coronavirus. So make sure you tune in on Friday to see what's next, Carol.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun, and we appreciate all of you watching and joining us today at 3:30, Charles.
Don't forget, TMJ4 News at 4 is right after this.